Hey people, welcome back to Lion in the Room, and this is episode 19. I am your special host, Leo Edoche, and I got my boy K. How you doing, man?
Hey guys, how you doing? You alright?
Great stuff. We are still in the new, obviously January, New Year vibes are still going on, so everyone is getting themselves ready for, getting ready for the achievements, because we're all going to have a great year. Let me not waste too much time. I want to use this opportunity to welcome my special guest, great friend. I've known him for a very long time, start of university, great baller, great guy all around. Welcome my boy Chidi, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Appreciate it. Honestly.
Nice.
Thank you guys for having me. And yeah, that intro, man. You're just gassing me up, man.
I have to gas you up, bro. I have to gas you guys up, bro.
Hey.
No, bro, great basketballer. Maybe I'll ease it down on the person, but hey, bro, chat to me.
I could lock this guy up any day on the court.
Let's not forget that James Harden clip, though.
Bro, there's no clip. It doesn't exist.
That's step back.
You can bring this clip. You've been saying this clip for like what? 2 years.
I then give us some context, K.
So what happened was, it was one of my vlogging episodes that we did, and Chidi claims to have crossed me.
Claimed what it did happen.
I wasn't there, so I
No,
wouldn't know.
you were there.
No, I think it was. I think
you were there.
When he was vlogging, if it was one when you were vlogging, I wasn't there.
Yeah,
because that was at a sports park.
Yeah, it was at sports park.
I wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
If you remember, Renee was there, right? Yeah. Remember? If you remember, I wasn't there. You told me about it.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Shiloh was there, but I wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. You were going on and on about it, but it doesn't.
Because he deleted the footage.
Oh,
the footage doesn't exist.
Isn't it? So what's on your YouTube? Hey, go check out K's YouTube. I am Davey, because this is how.
If you check, it's still there. So it's still there. But like the clip he's talking about does not exist.
I broke his ankles, guys.
Bro, this did not happen though.
I'm telling you.
You see, the clip speaks for itself. It's there on the YouTube, bro. So check it out, guys. You'll find out.
It's okay. You've deleted the footage, so hey.
I don't know
There's
what
no
you're talking
proof.
about.
Alright, cool. That's fine. That's fine.
I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know.
All right, guys. Like I said, this is the start of the new year, so I want to believe that everyone is using the time that they have to make the best out of it. Obviously, life is going to be the way it is for a lot of people. Like, for example, in California, the Palisade fires, that's very terrible. It's really just damaged a lot of people's lives, man. So our hearts are with those people, the continuous recovery for all these guys. Our hearts are with them. We pray that the Lord sustains them, and we just pray that everyone is sustained, protected, and we continue to work hard, man, because it's only hard work and cooperation together as a community that will help us to, rebuild. But being able to say what I wanted to say, I'll give my boy the opportunity to introduce himself, man. Obviously, we know you, but let the people get to know you.
All right. Yeah, so nothing too crazy. My name is Chidi. Currently living in London. Canary Wharf, to be more specific. So this mic is good, right?
Yeah.
And play basketball for the National League, and I'm building a business on digital finance. That's what I've really been doing. 23 now, just trying to take my level of craft to the next step, and reach heights like everybody else. So just been hustling, grinding, man. That's what I've been doing lately. So yeah,
nice one, bro. I know, like, you've been taking basketball really seriously, bro. Like, you're a baller, bro. Like, I remember the first time when you said you were gonna get into basketball, we all kind of saw it as okay, maybe that's something you just want to hold for a time. But you've been really dedicated, man. Give us a rundown. Like, tell us, the story about how all of it started. Like, where did your love for basketball come out of?
Yeah, I can actually, I definitely remember it very, very clear. Obviously, as you guys know, I was doing boxing actually before I transitioned into basketball. Yeah. Because I'm a big boxing fan, Anthony Joshua, man, that's my guy. But right now, he's not been doing the best, but hey, I'm still a supporter. But it really started when I think you had practice, Ben and Lionel, you guys had like practice for basketball in when we were in uni,
Mhm.
back in uni, we had like one basketball practice, and normally that was my first time going for basketball practice. I don't normally come with you guys, that was my first time, and I went to join you guys for basketball practice, and obviously we saw the coach. It was for trials for teams and all that stuff. Obviously, I wasn't really taking it seriously because obviously I've never played basketball before, and we were all to make a layup. That was the drill, and Leo, he ran, he made his layup. Lionel ran, he made his layup. Ben ran, he made his layup. Me and my layup, I ran, I stopped on 2 feet. I was on 2 feet. I jumped for the layup and I still missed it. And I missed it again.
You had an audacious layup.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was bad.
Ben wasn't there though, because I was like, Ben came in like
I think
our third year uni, when me and Kane moved to Crown House, so it was probably Panos. Remember, like Panos, Jay, stuff the basketball team as well.
Yeah, missing that. Oh yeah, it's true. Oh yeah.
Well, carry on. Audacious, terrible layup.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but at least the layup part is still true though. Still, yeah. So yeah, I missed the layup, and everyone was laughing at me, and I was like, yeah, bet, because I was just like, okay, if I took this seriously, like, then it would be a different story, But everybody was like, yeah, Chidi, okay, that's fair, just, stick to your boxing and all that. And even at then, I wasn't really that interested in basketball, it really, really transitioned, but that did like ignite a fire. Like, it was like, okay, you know what, maybe some point in the future when I'm really ready, I'll get into basketball. But what really ignited the fire was, before COVID came, I was supposed to be in this boxing fight for £10,000. It was in Oxford. It was an Oxford fight, prize fight.
Who are you gonna fight against?
I was actually supposed to fight Julio.
Big Julio.
Yeah.
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 Have you ever like sparred with them before?
I think you have. Wait, you haven't?
No, not yet. No.
Because Julio's big, bro. Julio's like 6'7", 6. How tall is Julio?
6'6".
6'6". Because he's always kind of looked bigger. Like, I'm 6'4".
Yeah. He always looked like a big.
He always looked much bigger, bro. Like, we'd see Julio. So I don't know if you ever saw.
I did.
Yeah. Great. So everyone's seen Julio.
H4. That was his nickname. H4.
H4, bro. You see Julio, bro. Like, yeah, pattern up, bro. God.
I'm telling you, no, that guy was a big guy. And he weighed, I think it was like almost 260. But yeah, supposed to have a fight with him, and then COVID happened, and the fight got cancelled. And you know how things just changed for a lot of people. Like, COVID extended, we entered the lockdown, and I couldn't really box really like that or spar with anybody. So I just started, watching other sports, and my cousins actually got me into basketball. Believe it or not, in 2019, I did not even know who LeBron James was.
Cap.
I'm serious.
That's not true.
You know what?
That's not true.
You know what?
Believe it or not, I did not know who LeBron James was before I started my basketball.
You know what? Actually,
it's crazy.
Finish this. I have a question for you. I really need to know. Continue. Just continue.
I think I know what his question is.
But yeah,
that's fine.
Just continue.
That's fine, yeah. I didn't know who LeBron James was. I knew who Michael Jordan was also because of the shoes, the shoe brands, but yeah, I didn't know who LeBron James was at all. And my cousins were introducing me into the sport, and I started playing 2K, and that became fun. And then I started watching the game properly. And then, ever since then, I was like, okay, let me actually see if I can do this, if I can actually play like this. Because in 2K, there were particular players I used to play with. One was Steph Curry, the other one was Donovan Mitchell. And obviously in 2K20 particularly, because during that time, that was like when 2K20 was around. That's probably, by the way, that is the best 2K so far since now. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, and obviously I was spamming that shooting button with Steph Curry, and I was shooting that stuff, man, mid-court and all that stuff. And it was just satisfying to see, and also going to actually watch the videos of all these different players like CP3, LeBron James, Giannis. I was just excited to see. I was like, man, why didn't I give basketball a chance? And then when I started playing outside after the COVID, it became fun, and I started the habit. And I was like, I want to take this seriously and actually take it to the next step. And let's see if I can play for a team.
And you played for a team, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. I think you played for a couple even.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now that we've got there, Chidi, like, I really, really just have to know.
Yes.
Why? Just why? What is this, like, you're a Steph Curry fan.
yeah.
What?
Shout out to Steph, man. If you ever see this one.
Would you say you joined the bandwagon or like you're a hardcore fan? Because
I'm a Steph Curry fan.
yeah.
No, yeah, I'm a Steph Curry fan. I'll say I'm a Steph Curry fan.
Are you sure?
Because like I'm still rooting for him even now that the team is not doing so well, you know. But
I mean,
we're still winning the chip this
to
year,
be honest,
still.
you guys have to root for him because if you guys stop rooting for him, they just shows you all a bunch of bandwagon fans.
Nah, I'd be rooting for him even for the years that he didn't win.
I mean, to be fair though, I always kind of felt like I was part of the bandwagon because I started to support the Golden State Warriors after they won, but it came literally around the time that I didn't know basketball as much. I mean, like everybody knew Michael Jordan, everybody knew LeBron, except from him. Still don't believe
that's
that.
crazy. That's crazy.
Like at least I was aware of these people.
Yeah.
But it was after I heard about Steph Curry and my initial interest in him came because I found out that he was a Christian. There were particular mannerisms that he had or still has. I want to believe he still has, like, you know, writing Bible verses on his shoes.
Yeah.
It could be marketing and it could be a way of showing his faith, but I liked it, I respected it, and I was a Warriors fan. You get on 2K and you know, make that small forward and you're a Warriors player, bro. You bounce whoever it was. But now, now I'm a lot more refined. Like Giannis Antetokounmpo is my favorite player, but I'd say like I'm a Philly fan. But I'd love to see Giannis in a Dubs jersey, bro. Like,
yeah, the Ben Simmons jersey, right?
Let's not talk about that.
You know what? Let's actually just ignore that part. Forget.
Okay, you had a question for Chidi, bro.
Like
Carry on.
that's just the thing. Like you and I, we've played 2K. I've beaten you in 2K so many times. For every
my God, we're going there.
It's Steph Curry. If like there was this thing he used to do. Man. There's this thing he used to do. He would change the settings so that they don't sub Curry off whatsoever.
Exposing
like that, he would always just use Steph Curry and threes. Like, why?
It's a technique.
Like, what is?
I can't lie. In 2K20, I really mastered using Steph Curry in terms of the dribbling, the step back, and all that other stuff. I know it sounds crazy, but hey, he was my favorite player in 2K. So, and he was basically unguardable. So it was like, okay, let me like at least master what's his best abilities, which was shooting, and work with that. So obviously, as the next generations of 2K21, 2K22, and 2K23 came by, you know, they made the difficulty for shooting a lot worse, you know, so they made it a lot harder. So
yeah,
right now,
so now you have to actually have skill to play the game, you know.
I don't even play anymore, but hey, shout out to 2K, man.
But you know what? You and K, who's winning? Because you don't play 2K as much as anymore.
You know what? I played 2K25
right now,
but ever since like Marvel Rivals came out, I just kind of dashed it.
And that's where the question comes in.
If I take it seriously, I'll win.
No, Chidi,
you win.
Yeah, for
Chidi,
sure.
Every time we've played,
I've never been playing consistently like you. You literally had stream. You stream.
Yeah.
I don't stream. I don't even have a PS5.
Chidi. The day that you didn't use Golden State Warriors, you lost by 50. Like, yeah. You're not on my level.
My controller was broken now.
Bro, I use different teams. My controller
was broken. It was really faulty still.
Yeah, blame the controller. I've used Nets to beat you. I've used Philly to beat you. I've used Miami Heat. I've used the Bulls. Like, I've used different teams. But you, GSW every time.
I think my stomach was hurting those days.
But on that note, actually, I mentioned the Bulls, so I have to give it. Shout out to Derrick Rose, bro. You are my hero. Well, would I say he's my hero? But you made
James Harden as well. Don't forget that.
You know, I'll give it. Shout out to James.
Y'all playing too much.
To be fair, so
Chidi, let me ask you really quickly before we move into the next segment. What have you learned from playing basketball professionally? Because I mean, you did play it professionally for a time. Did you not play? You played for the Reading Rockets and
played for Woodley. I played for the Reading Rockets and I played for the Bracknell Cobras.
So 3 different teams.
Yeah.
Tell us, if you could describe it in one word, what was that experience like? Because we've all played together at the parks, you know, in the gymnasiums, but what's it like playing on a professional team?
It is fun. You have to also be in good shape, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of hard work in terms of putting into your craft. I don't know, I can't say it's like a game. it's just something that you cherish. It's like a box you cherish and you put time and work in terms of building your craft every single day, sharpening your tool in order to become the best basketball player you can possibly be. You know, in terms of one word, what I'll describe basketball for me, more like equanimity. That's what I'll give it, which is like more in terms of like what equanimity
Equanimity.
is. Yeah, that's like a piece of the soul. And normally, that was my peaceful place. In terms of stress, dealing with uni, dealing with the next girl, I'll just go to the court and I'll focus on just my moves, just footwork, my form, and it just released a lot of strength, a lot of stress, and it provided me with a great solitude of just free space in my mind. Yeah, made me feel calm.
That's good, man. I kind of understand that, like a happy place in a sense.
Yeah, you can
kind of like that. I guess, not that 100% because, in going into your hobby with basketball, I mean, you're zoning in. Because like you said, playing on a professional team, it's not just fun and games, You are going in with the mindset of winning as a team. That's your job. You go in there to play, you win, and I want to imagine you have fun while winning. You might lose a few games. You want to say that, there's fun in winning and losing, but come on, everybody wants to be a winner.
Yep.
So I do understand that being able to zone in, focus on improving yourself, focus on having fun in the moment, and just focusing on what's going to come in the future for your career, for your dreams.
Yeah.
That's great, man. But hey, Lion in the Room, episode 19. We'll be back after the break. Yes, people, we are back. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you continue to enjoy our videos. Let your mom know. My mom enjoys my stuff, so I think your mom will too. But anyways, boys, we've been really good friends, man. We've known ourselves for more than 4 years now. Yep. God willing, we'll continue to be great friends. But I want to ask you guys, it'll be great for you to give me your perspectives on life. We've all left uni. We're all working different corners of life. Talk to me about what you've learned and what you think you can carry into a new chapter of life, like experience that you can carry.
Starting off with, I think the first thing that I learned really and truly is like, when you come out of uni, you're gonna really realize like who your friends are, in the sense that who are your friends out of just convenience. We're in the same area, we see ourselves quite a bit. We might have touched on this a little bit in the previous episode.
Yeah, priority.
But, it really comes to show, because when everyone graduates, we're all kind of going in different directions at this point. This is the adult world now. We're all getting our different jobs. We're not going to be working at the same place. So it's like we'll have different schedules, and it'll be difficult to see each other as much as we did in uni. We're all just in the same accommodations. Like, okay, I can just, but now it's like you actually have to plan out and make the effort, the time. And it's like, since I've come out of uni, there are a lot of people that, I spoke to a lot, back in uni, but it's like, once we came out, we've just never really spoken again. It's just like, in fact, they're just I've just never seen again ever since uni. And it's just like, I'm not upset about it, but anyway, it's just like, oh, yeah, okay, this is just a friend of convenience. It's just like,
I was going to just ask you about that. Like, did you find yourself making a lot of friends out of convenience in uni? Like, oh, this is my guy, but you only see him at a party.
Yeah.
You made a lot of friends out of convenience.
Yeah, I definitely did. In uni, I feel like I had few actual, I wouldn't say actual, but like I had few friends that weren't friends of convenience, obviously.
Like acquaintances or something?
No, not acquaintances per se. So like, obviously there's acquaintances and there's just people you're friends with because
you keep bumping into them.
Oh yeah, it's just exactly. Easy to see them. And then your actual friends who's like, you'd actually be able to take time out of the day to make efforts to see said friends, So obviously you guys would be in that level, and then we'd have the other guys in, just like, okay, if I see you, I see you, and then acquaintances,
like surface level of that friendship.
Exactly. So it's like, when I came out, that's when I really realized it, because like obviously, when you do your graduation, everyone's high, this, that, and then you realize like, okay, it's been like what 3 months now. I've not really heard from this person. 4, 5,
Yeah.
6, like we're over a year now removed from uni, and it's like, yeah, like I didn't take it to heart really because I just understood. Okay, you've probably just you had your moment, like your purpose in my own life, but like I guess obviously our paths are split. If they cross again in the future, who knows? But
Yeah.
you know, I wish you the best, and that's just really one of the things I'd say.
Good
I've
stuff.
learned.
So like even when it comes to the friends that you made out of convenience,
Yeah.
when you didn't hear from those particular people, it wasn't more so the case where they didn't make time for you, but like in a sense you kind of sort of, well, these aren't my friends.
Yeah, exactly.
So after a while you just drifted
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool, because a lot of times I've come to understand that it happens a lot. You know, you do make friends out of, you know, circumstance or convenience, and it really then depend on where you meet that person. I've had family tell me that you have friends for the library, you have friends for the parties, you have your crew, you know, which is always like your smallest, tighter circle. But that's a good thing to say that you've learned coming out of uni, because as you move into the real world, you realize that those kind of friendships are they're not a part of reality. A lot of those friendships aren't what you normally see, because you can have so many friends, but how many of those people are genuine to you? So it's always better not just to cut off people, but, you know, I guess manage your circle better. So that's definitely one good thing. Talk to us, Chidi. What about you, broski? Experience, anything you learned from uni?
From uni or just after life
Well,
after
yeah,
uni?
you know, life after uni.
Man, there's a lot.
Hey, just give us one,
There's a
man.
lot. One thing I learned from life after uni is that responsibilities really fall on your head more than they did before. Obviously, when you're in uni, you know, there's less pressure. You know, you got really like one thing to focus on. You know, that's to like get your exams out the way. You know, pass with high flying colors, and then start looking for jobs. And you get to know your friends. You get to go to the library, but after uni, that's like you don't even really think about the small things. Now you're really on your own. You know, looking for a house to stay. Now it's actually looking for the job and also living alone most of the time, and also building like, okay, maybe you don't want to work, maybe you're building a business like I am. Like, it's really hard, especially when you're doing everything by yourself and you don't really understand, okay, when I was in uni, I had some sort of guidance from teachers or people in like higher classes in terms of, say, what was that place called again? Vices?
Right,
Was it
what?
Rusu.
Student union.
Yeah, that the personals over there that could guide you, help you,
Yeah.
give you. They made things very easy for a lot of people. But here, when you obviously after uni, you have to do things on your own. You have to write your own story, and you have to kind of meet people on your own. You know, uni on a campus, you naturally meet people. When you're outside, like everything's on you. You know how you create your life is gonna be on you. You can stay indoors all day, not go out and network. Somebody will do the opposite. You know, it just depends on your curiosity and who you are as a person. So I believe like what I've learned from life is that life is a book and you have your own story to write, and you can choose how you want to write it, because it could be weird, man. Yeah, man. Hey, yes. Okay, man.
Fair enough, though. That is true, man. Life is your own book.
Yeah.
And I love how you made it very individual. It's yours. You know, along the line, you're gonna write in a few pages where you might have some connecting stories about us, but the next page is yours and yours alone. Life is yours and yours alone. So you have to live it. You're gonna have to run that marathon. My mom's always saying this thing. She always says that in this life, you're running a race. You know, at different points in your life, you reach the end of a race, but you kind of notice, I noticed that I'm still running. So I got multiple races. That's that life about race. That's that race called life. You know, you start off being a kid, you finish your first level of school, the first level of education. You now go into high school, you now go into university or college or whatever it is, and now you're living life. You're constantly on the move, you know? And for a person that wants to be ambitious, you are always moving. You are always looking for something new. You're always looking for an opportunity to learn. You fall, you fail, you make mistakes, but I mean, that's life anyways. I mean, like, imagine you're driving, you're going somewhere and your car breaks down. It's a failure, it's a mistake. Are you going to sit down there, oh shoot, my car's broken down?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? You know, you worried about it, cool. Now you have to fix it. Or you call a mechanic, or you have a friend that helps you tow your car. You have to find a way to keep moving. You have to find a way to make sure that life, that book that is being written continues. Because if it stops, and life stops, and we know what that means when you're being literal, you know? That's really good. I really, really like that. I also wanted to use this opportunity to ask you, Chidi, a bit more about basketball. We played so many different places, man. We moved from Sintra to the University Sports Park,
Prospect Park,
from Prospect Park to Coley, to Queen Anne's, tons of places. What was it like for both of you? Because obviously we were all there, man. Had a nice little three-man. Nice little three-man. What was it like meeting all those people? Because I loved it. I actually enjoyed meeting people. I'm the kind of person that enjoys diversity, even when it comes to socializing. So what was it like, man? Because before we knew it, we were like on 3-4 basketball group chats. Talk to me.
In terms of meeting people and playing basketball with different people for the first time, I always found it very, very exciting because it was like, okay, there's this big ass 6'6" guy over here. There's this 5'3" guy. What can he do? Or what can he do? You know? I don't know yet, but we're gonna find out once we start playing. We're gonna find out. Is this guy a sharpshooter? Is this guy like a 40-inch vertical dunker? Like, on a consistent basis, or does he have like a deadly fadeaway? Is
he a serious lockdown?
Or is his handles as sharp as they? Like he'll crush you before you know it. But yeah, that's what I used to look forward to. Like actually, even up to now, like whenever I see a new player, but you can tell when, you know, a guy can hoop, you know, just like his aesthetic. You can tell, you know. I don't know.
I think it would be based off his warm-ups.
Not even just warm-ups. I don't know how to describe it. It's not even like physique. You just look at him and you be like,
never ever judge someone based off their physique. Like,
that's true though.
That is such.
You've seen those videos or POV when you see a baller walking into the gym. I've seen a lot of big guys play ball
and hoop. Yeah. I know. Yeah, that's true. But those are the ones that you judge in terms of, he can't play. I'm talking about those that you look at and you're like, okay, no, he could probably play. Like, you know, from right off the bat. So there was one example. I mean, there was one example I had, Queen Anne's. That's a place where I used to just, you know, do my practice over there in terms of basketball. There was one guy that was super skinny and he was 5'4". Yeah, he was very, very skinny and he was 5'4".
Was he quick?
He was very, very quick. Actually, he dunked on our center.
No, you said 5'4".
He's 5'4", yeah.
That's sure.
And our center was, by the way, he was like 6'8", 6'9". That's still ridiculous.
So he 5'4", he had hops.
5'4".
Yeah. He
dunked on the center.
And nobody saw it coming, you know? He was,
I wouldn't
okay, maybe I'll give him 5'5". But still, that's crazy.
5'6", maybe.
No.
Like,
he's not size 6, bro.
2K, you get dunked by a 5'5" guy, rage quit.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's high.
Rage quit.
I mean, I don't know if you saw Jamal dunking on Victor Wembanyama.
I did.
Yeah.
It didn't count, but it's dunk of the year for me. It didn't count.
That's exactly how it probably was Queen Anne's, you know. It's just different when you see a small guy dunking on a much bigger person. It's different.
There's like this adrenaline rush, bro.
Yeah.
Like a little bit. Like,
by the way, he's skinny. Like, I'm telling you, he was a twig.
Oh, that's a 2K build.
Like, he was
Okay, that's a 2K build.
That's why it was so surprising how he And
That's all
how he
those.
done
All he
those-
needs is the whole black,
Yeah,
the
all
all
black
black tattoo.
You know, I did that actually. 2K 2024. I did it all
And
black.
23.
Oh yeah, and 23. But like I said, 25. I'm not doing it
No,
again.
no.
It cost 75k VC to do that. You know,
Virtual
How much is
currency.
that? Is that?
That's a
Oh,
probably,
you build it up in
I
your
don't know, maybe
crew,
like, that's probably like
20.
75, maybe like 20, maybe like 1999.
Yeah, probably.
£20.
Yeah, just to get that all black. I don't know why people did it. I think it's like people who felt like
It's a
they were
flex.
comp. Like no, you just people that are comp usually did it. So people wanted to feel like they're comp.
I used to like it though, don't get me wrong.
I used to like it.
I'm
too.
not the kind of person that'll put tattoos on, but in a game,
In the game, of course.
bro,
like, with
GOD.
tattoos.
Put a nice little
Yeah.
lion on my shoulder right there,
I
bro.
put a snake on my body, bro. Like I was like, but one thing I never did was like that drippy face skin.
Drippy face.
Like they'll make that light skin guy with the eyes and everything.
God, the custom character.
Yeah.
No.
They called it the drippy face skin. I was like, bro, what is this, man?
Oh my days. But hey, bro, carry on, man.
carry
So
on.
meeting different people, playing in different areas.
Yeah, and like even like one thing I learned just by me, a lot of people, everybody likes to trash talk. There are a lot of trash talkers. You know, I like to trash talk as well. I always trash talk.
Like a Kevin Garnett trash talk.
No, I'm more. I want to say Draymond Green. That's a bit crazy. Because I'm not even a Draymond Green type of trash talk. I'm more like jabs, like a quick jab. Yeah, maybe Kobe's type of trash talk. You know, after I've hit a shot on you, I'll just try and get in your mind a little bit. But I wouldn't really do the most. You know, Draymond Green does the most. But that's it.
Draymond Green is.
But hey, I love Draymond Green, man. He's helped Steph won.
Nah, I don't.
4 chips,
I don't.
man.
I
4
think
chips.
I think that guy's a donkey, man.
Every player has his role.
Yeah, exactly.
Every player has
It's
his
donkey's crazy.
Really, really good defender in his prime, but he's kind of washed now.
He's getting old, man. You can't blame
Of
him.
course, man. But hey, I really get where you're coming from. It's really great to be able to see different people play ball because you do now get to ask yourself and also to see from, you know, their skills, how they manage to play at different sizes, you know, when it comes to height or weight or whatever. Damn. For me, it always felt.
Yeah, but also I look at players that actually know how to play the game, because honestly, if they don't know how to play, like in terms of IQ, they don't know the pick and roll and all these basic moves behind the maybe cutting down or 45. Yeah, it's just like I wouldn't even look at you honestly in terms of if I'm on ISO with you, like this is like free eats for me, man. Like I'm driving, I'm
Uber
shooting
Eats, free delivery.
This is free eats, man. Hey, I'm shooting that shit. I'm going for a layup, man. I'm gonna cross this nigga.
Hey, no extra charges.
I'm telling you.
I wanted to ask really quickly.
Yeah.
When you talk about IQ, yeah, obviously you need to be smart on the court.
You do.
We can narrow it down to vision. You need vision, you know, because when you got a man in your face trying to block you out with his hand in your face, bro, and you can't really just slap his hand down, you need to know where your men are, where your teammates are. Tell us, how hard is it to work on vision, or is it something you feel like you didn't need to work on too much? You had that innate ability to tell where your men are, where your teammates are.
Yeah, I actually think I think it's actually both. You know, you kind of have to train for it, and it normally comes down to experience as well. So in terms of training, I used to dribble the basketball with one hand and use the tennis ball with the other hand.
Yeah, no, you're actually bandwagon and stuff.
No.
You're actually bandwagon.
But that was the way to actually see everything.
I've only seen Steph.
You don't know anything.
This guy again.
This guy has such a vendetta on Steph, man.
No, I don't even have a vendetta.
Carry on.
Yeah,
I'm just loving this.
Hey, so no. Honestly, I mean, yeah. Even though that was probably Steph. See, I even forgot how Steph Curry's Joe actually. But yeah, the tennis ball one hand, basketball on the other hand. It helps you like keep your head up, so you know what's going on, because the basketball, when you're bouncing, that's the last thing you want your eyes to look at when there's so many things going on the court. And obviously, doing that training, it's not going to be enough. You have to also have the experience, which I built over time by playing multiple 5v5s, 3v3s, 2v2s. Because before, when I started, I was looking at the ball, man, like a crab, man. Before, I didn't even know where my players were. And maybe I'll just shoot it or I'll drive without even if I got trapped, I'll have to like raise my head and look around. But you know, at that time, you're too late. You want to always be sharp in the head. So that takes time. So you can train for it, and you need to go through kind of the experience. And I feel like experience is the best teacher, honestly, not only in basketball but in life as well, in terms of any craft you want to get yourself into. But yeah, literally those two. But I think experience more is gonna be the one to help you in terms of peripheral vision, in terms of seeing where your man are. So yeah.
Who would you say is when it comes to NBA players, even like EuroLeague players as well, if you know any, who would you say has got some really good vision? A player that you try to steal techniques from?
LeBron James and CP3, Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Trae Young as well. I used to look at his I used to look at their highlights, and I used to jot down like how they would do full court passes once they get the rebound, or as they're coming off the pick and roll, they're looking for the man to roll who set the pick, or they're looking for the two players at the wing. Okay, who is open once the men, our defenders, start closing in? Who's the first one to break or make a slight adjustment so that the moment he does that, I can pass it to the next open man.
Or who's just not paying attention.
Yeah, who's not paying attention, literally. Or to fake a pass. Also, in terms of Chris Paul, his own, he always did no-look passes. You know, he will walk, he might come off the 45 from the right, and it will look like he's going to do like a lob to the rolling man, but really he might just pass it all the way to the man at the wing, also to the corner, left corner, and you won't see it coming because obviously the rolling man is drawing so many attention in the center. So it was more like I was writing all of these down and I was literally practicing it by myself. Early in the morning, like I'm talking about 5 a.m. I mean, remember the days.
I mean, now that you actually mentioned that, I did want to just drop my few of my sense in this, in terms of certain players. So, are you, by chance, were you ever familiar with like high school basketball and, you know, up and coming talent from like high schools and whatnot?
Yeah.
Okay. By chance, do you know of this player called Julian Newman?
Julian Newman, yeah.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah, so like
he's playing D1 right now.
Is he D1?
Yeah, he's finally at
he made it to D1.
Yeah, he's 23.
I thought it was like D2.
No, D1, 23 right now.
Okay, so I was gonna ask, like, so obviously I think we all know like basically what the issue surrounding his game was. So I
don't. Sorry.
Okay. So just a quick rundown. Julian Newman was like this 5'6" guy who had handles for days and was like seen as like a prodigy from like age 10, 11.
Yeah, like 12. A great prospect. Him and his sister.
Like, exactly. Yeah.
Took a dark turn.
It took a really dark turn.
She does OnlyFans, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't too sure, you know. I heard something like that.
This guy just... Yes, moving on. But the problem was like he was on a team that was coached by his dad, so he was allowed to just dribble, do like 50 dribbles, take horrendous shots in large quantities, and then he would still drop maybe like 30 points off of like 50 shots. And it's like
no efficiency.
Obviously, no efficiency. So like when he was coming across actual proper players, like let's say for example, he came across the ball, you know, the
LaMelo Ball,
LaMelo
schooled him. Yeah, he did.
He wasn't even taking the game. LaMelo wasn't even taking the game. He schooled him. So I wanted to now ask, like, in terms of like his game versus Trae Young, because Trae Young too, he's a smaller player. Like, now don't get me wrong, Trae Young's like 5'11", so he's significantly taller than Julian.
Yeah.
But like he's also a small player. But Trae Young made it and is now like, I'd say probably one of the best guards in the league.
Oh,
so I just wanted you to like give me like a comparison on like their two games, because their play styles to a degree overlap, but then there's also differences on it.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of Trae Young and Julius Newman, obviously one's in the league, one isn't. But obviously Julius Newman is on his way there. I obviously wish for him the best, you know. But I would say in terms of their handles, both of them have very sharp handles and they are good distributors. Obviously, I haven't really seen Julius Newman in like a 5v5. I do know that he likes to take that extra shot. His shot selection is not really the best at all. But Trae Young is a bit funny because Trae Young, he does assist the ball a lot, you know. I mean, I think the last 3 years he was like besides Nikola Jokic, he was second in assists, maybe the last 3 years. Still crazy how he never became an all-star the last 3 years, but you know, the competition's crazy. But I would say that Trae Young, he distributes the ball way more. I think Julius Newman's more efficient from three.
Nah.
How old
he's
is
improved a lot.
He is.
Yeah, he has.
I'm
he
going
has.
based off his old.
Trae Young, they used to compare Trae Young to Steph, when he was getting into the league, but the efficiency is not even close. Like in terms of,
to be fair, Trae Young's going up against he's in the NBA.
okay?
Yeah, Steph. I mean the efficiency.
Oh yeah,
Steph.
obviously Steph's gonna be.
Yeah, but but even Trae Young shoot is not even as good as some of the. Like Kyrie Evans shoots the ball better than him, and Kyrie Evans is a good shooter, but he's not really known for shooting.
He's not a 3-point shooter.
Like KD, even LeBron's shooting better than Trae Young right now.
And LeBron's a good shooter.
Yeah, now LeBron's become a very good shooter the last 2 years.
Okay. That's pretty cool, but we're going off on a really huge tangent right here, man. We're talking about your basketball, now we're going into sports and let's look at Julian Newman. A player that was getting, in a way, from the eyes of people watching, he was getting support from his father as a coach, gave him a lot of free roam to do whatever he wanted on the court, which in a way hindered his development, in my opinion. How old is he now?
23,
yeah.
23 years old.
Yeah.
And normally, how old do most NBA players get into the league?
19,
20.
18, 20, yeah.
Great, cool. When you look at a player like Julian Newman, what's he doing now? Does he still play with is his dad still coaching him?
Yeah.
His dad's still coaching him. I don't know much about him as a person, but it seems like the expectations they had for him as a player have dropped significantly.
Yeah.
Cool, we can agree on that. When you look at the dedication from him as a person and also getting family backing, do you feel like there was anything he could have done more to improve his standards of getting into the league? Anything you would do if you were in his position?
Yeah, I mean, it just had to be more. I feel like it was for him to be more coachable. I don't think he was as coachable from a lot of the teams that he was on.
What does that mean, to be more coachable?
In terms of listen to instructions, don't be arrogant, don't be stingy with the ball on the court, always trying to play the hero. He got a lot of accusations for that, and he was doing some of that a lot. And when you're not coachable, these NBA scouts, they start to look at you a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
You have to always be coachable. There are a few things that they look for, scoring, coachable, and your IQ. Yeah, so if you're not coachable, then, it's going to be a big problem. And I think that's one thing Julius Newman could have done slightly differently. Obviously, there must be other factors as well. I mean, his height, he's like 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah.
That's already hard enough to get into the league as well. So that probably contributed to it, but that's not his fault, obviously.
Mm-hmm,
but most of it has to be like him being coachable. I definitely believe that was the main thing that stopped him.
Okay.
Because he used to crash out a lot.
When you say crash out, what? Is he he gets frustrated or he gets into fights?
He gets into fights and he gets frustrated. And he even shouts at his dad.
Really?
In front of the ref, yeah.
So it doesn't really sound like he's a team player. And obviously, I want to believe as a prerequisite for getting into the league, you need to be a team player.
Yeah.
You don't just come in there with the mindset that you're a star. I mean, you go in there with a confidence that you can face anybody, but at the same time, you should still be able to rely on your team and also know the positions of power in that team as well. Above all else, you need to listen to your coach. Did you ever have any issues, playing in a team? Obviously, because I wouldn't say everything was so fresh to you. You started playing basketball properly from 2020, because I remember it was like the lockdown time, and that's when you had made that resolve, or you were resolved to get into basketball. Yeah, you made that resolve, and from there, I wouldn't say a very short amount of time, but quicker than most people, you started playing with a team. Would you say that you as a person has learned how to manage working on a team from playing basketball with these guys? And have you been able to impart that into your life and probably even your work life? Just being a team player all around.
Yeah, I mean, my character in terms of my personality, I've always been like a team type of player. It's just honestly when I started, I wanted to just show that I could also contribute. That was just the thing, because obviously I was new to the team. The coach didn't really know me like that. I also joined their season late, so I had to kind of show like, okay, this is what I can do to the coach. But in terms of joining a team, it definitely enabled me to know, okay, this is how we work as a team in terms of passing the ball, in terms of actually listen to the plays and knowing your roles while you're playing in the play. Because obviously not everybody was able to play the role that they were comfortable for. Like, because most people were like my height, So uh, everybody had to like wait for their turn. And, and also to be a true team player, you're not really, you're kind of supposed to be selfless. You're not really supposed to care about your stats. You want to care about the overall production of the team. Did we win the game? It's just as simple as that. Did we win the game, Because obviously you can see people on the bench, they might not have any playing time, but some of them are happy because we won the game and they're genuinely happy, but some, they may not be happy at all, even though we won the game, because they didn't get any playing time. So it's, it's kind of hard, I can feel from both ends, it's like, okay, you wanted to be the contribution of that winning team, but it can be hard because you also want to be a team player. But that one, I'll just say, situations where I will not play, I'll just end up thinking to myself, okay, I know I'm not a bad player. I'm just gonna continue working on my craft and get good so that when my opportunity does come and I'm on the court, I'm gonna now kill everybody on the court. That was literally my mindset. I'm now gonna kill everybody. And then the coach will see it. And it actually happened one time. And and coach kept me on the court throughout the whole game. And then the next game I started and it was just like that. But I had to wait, like I was not playing for like 3 games straight. And this is for 3 weekends. We have a game every week, by the way. Every weekend, sorry, by the way. So imagine, I'm just like, wait, I'm not getting no playing.
You have to wait that one day.
You just have to be patient.
And you have to make sure you come to practice with a smile every week. Even though this weekend you're not even sure if you're going to play, but you're coming to practice, because if you don't come to practice, coach is going to definitely not put you on the court, because he's like, okay, you're not even coming for practice, and I don't even know what you can really do. Yeah, you get what I mean? So I'm waiting for my opportunity to come. And that's what I feel like now, in terms of how can I carry this to life? A lot of people want to be in certain situations. You see the next best rapper, you see the next best streamer, and the next best basketball player. You see these guys making money online. You see people younger than you making a lot of money, or accomplishing the goals that you want to accomplish. And you might feel a certain way, man. Damn, like I wish I could be in this situation. But all I'll say is that just be patient and wait your turn. Because obviously I was actually just saying this before, like comparison between other people is the thief of joy, man. Focus on your own journey. Your own journey is special for you. There's a reason why everybody has their own journey. And all these people that are comparing themselves to other people, they don't know what they've gone through, the work they put in to get to that level, They're just seeing the results as well. So just like in terms of like basketball, you might see a player that's starting, he might have been doing this for years. He might have done so many great things that the coach has seen, and you're just starting or you're quite new in the game, just be patient, try and learn, see how these people got there, and then apply it so that you can either reach to that level or surpass them, So that's also what I've carried for myself in life in terms of like being a team player and seeing people that are doing better than you, or wondering why is this person in the position that he is and I'm not. And I won't take it as envy, I'll just take it like, okay, he's in this position for a certain reason. Let me watch his steps. Let me watch him. Let me analyze him. What did he do? What is he doing? What is he doing every day? What is he doing every morning? Why is he the way he is? Why is his mannerisms the way he is? I'll turn that off, honestly. But yeah, that's my approach. That's what I've learned. So you don't want to compare yourself, and no matter what age you are, it don't matter. You're you're younger now than you are tomorrow. So just start now. It's not like, okay, I'm already too old, this, that. I mean, in the next 5 years, you'll really be much older than you are now. So, and you could have made a big difference in your life within those 5 years. So
Mhm.
just start now in terms of anything you really want to do or you're planning to do or you want to achieve. You can do it. It's just a lot of time, like dedication and that undying passion, and faith. You got to believe in God and for real.
Amen.
Yeah, He will help speed up your process. So yeah, that's what I've learned. It's a lot. It's a lot of life lessons we take. A lot of things apply to our life lessons, but yeah, that's what I'd say.
Okay, Chidi. So, with what you've told us, we've seen your journey. You've come far, basically. You've put in a lot of work, you've
Big
put in a lot
moves.
of effort, and
I try, man.
that just shows
Try.
you how to, maintain a lot of consistency, like just being consistent with you're going to the gym, you're training, showing up to practice, as you said. So I just wanted to find out how do you, because obviously with humans we have dips in consistency, but how do you maintain that level of consistency for this long?
Yeah.
Oh, how do I maintain the level of consistency? Oh, that's easy. I mean, okay, for majority of the stuff I do because I enjoy it.
Mhm.
Basketball, I fell in love with the sport. That one was very easy to build the consistency over time. In terms of maybe gymming, when I go to the gym, you build confidence in yourself, you start to look good, you start to like the way you look good, and you want to maintain it. So you start to enjoy it over a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'll say consistency can build. Enjoying what you do, that passion you have for whatever you're doing over a period of time. Even if you don't like a certain thing you're doing, but you know that the end goal or the reward out of this craft is really, really good. Some point you're gonna actually start liking it slowly.
Yeah.
So I definitely believe there has to be some sort of passion towards what you're doing in order to build consistency. Um, yeah. What was the other question? You said like in terms of consistency, how did I just build it over
Just
time?
how do you even maintain it over the long periods of time? Because obviously I understand, with something you like, there might just be periods where it's just like you're kind of feeling like at a low point.
That is true. Because there's always going to be dips, I really understand where you're coming from. You end up working a lot more when you're doing what you love, and with basketball, you love basketball, you enjoy the sport, you enjoy it as a pastime, as a hobby, and as a way to better yourself. It's also a career path. You can't see yourself looking past the hardships or the struggles that comes with being consistent. You said it's very easy. What makes it easy? Now, you're close to your faith. We are all believers in Christ, but we've always known you to be very close to God. When it comes to your mantras as well, you are very... Will I say you're very strict on yourself? Would you say you're very strict?
I'm quite strict on myself.
Okay, cool. That's what we're gonna say. He's strict on himself.
I'm quite strict on myself when it comes to working towards a certain goal.
Boom. So when you say it's easy, what do you mean? Why is it so easy for you?
I said it. Did I say it was easy?
Yeah, you did.
We got you now. We got you.
I was like, did I say that? I think because I think I've been doing this for a long time, and I've built this habit over a period of time. I mean, consistency is never like easy, but like it gets easier. I think like after a particular amount of time of being consistent, your brain has now morphed and become more wired and used to that. Like, say you're waking up every day and you have to do a 10 kilometers jog or run. The first week is gonna feel like hell. You know what I mean? And then getting into a month into it, you're gonna start feeling a lot better. It's still gonna feel like shit, but you're gonna feel a lot better. But then 3 months into it, you get up and you're just like, yep, here's another day. And you start running. And like your brain has now been more wired for this kind of activity than it once was when you started the first day. And I feel like when I say easy, in terms of I've already started it, I've already built the consistency over a period of time, and now you can translate it into now another skill, another activity. So I've been doing this for a very long time. I feel like that's what I meant when I said easy. And also like in terms of people wondering like how to build consistency, some people just have to live with the straight fact that nothing comes easy, and anything good takes time. The end result of a really good physique, it takes time to build any kind of skill, whether it's in social media, football, basketball, rapping.
It takes time.
It takes time. Like, there's a reason, like, a pregnant woman, when she's pregnant, it takes time. Like, it takes 9 months for the baby to be born, you know? It's not, it's not going to come out like the first month, you know? These things take time. And then, you know, people are trying to rush the process, try to skip huge parts of the journey so they can have the end results. And when you get to the end result, you won't even really appreciate it like that. You're actually going to appreciate the journey that took you there, you know, because when you're at the end, then, you know,
it's not that worthwhile, is it?
I mean, it's worthwhile. It's just like, okay, us men, we always try to give ourselves purpose, you know. Purpose was what keeps us going, you know. So when you finally get to that end goal, okay, now you have to find something else to keep yourself busy. You know what I mean?
I like that.
If you have all the cars in the world, all the, you know, designers in the world, the jets, you know, yes, all the richest people in the world,
you won't really be as
you'll be fun for them. Maybe the first 2 years you will have an amazing time. After that, you're gonna get tired.
Oh yeah,
And if you notice the top dogs in the world, like the society, in terms of the richest people in the world, there's a reason why they're still doing what they're doing. Like in terms of the activities, they can all, you know, F off and go to an island and live for the rest of their life. But yet again, they're still coming back and making more music. They're still coming back, providing entertainment. In terms of streamers, they're providing more entertainment for the audience. Rappers are still making more music. We've got athletes still playing the game that they love, or teaching or spreading that knowledge. Or, you know, they could all go away, you know, and live the rest of live off their riches for the rest of life. But there's still like some sort of purpose us men we need to keep ourselves going, because, you know, we'll die out of boredom, you know. True. So it's cool. It's good. It's good that we keep ourselves going, or keep ourselves busy, you know, whatever it is, you know. Just try and stay. It comes down to how important is it to you, you know?
Yeah.
How important is it to you, you know? In terms of this consistency, do you really, really want to reach that goal? Like, okay, you just stick to the gym, you know? Okay, you want to get that perfect body, or you want to lose weight, you know? If it's not really bothering you, if it's not really that important to you, then, you know, then obviously you're not gonna be as consistent. But if you really, really care, and you really want to build that consistency, it will naturally come. The first few days will be hard, but you just have to tell your brain every day that, okay, this is another day. It's baby steps. Also, one more thing.
Yeah.
Don't look at your goals in terms of short-term goals. Look at them in terms of long-term perspective. You know, when I last year, I did a lot of weight, and I wanted to lose all this weight, and I knew, okay, this is not going to be like over 1 day or 2 days or maybe a week. I know that this is going to take time. This is probably going to take maybe 6 months when I'll see the cleanest results of myself. But in my mind, I was like, you know what? Let me see how I look like next Sunday.
Okay, so you're looking at it in the form of short-term goals then.
Let me just see how I look like next Sunday. If I see improvement, I'll go again. And I'll go again. Obviously, if they say like, okay, the end goal, you'll see results in 6 months, nobody really feels motivated when they hear that. But if you like divide it in baby steps, like in terms of the long goal, then it becomes easier, you know. So obviously I was like, okay, let me see how I look like in a week from now. Okay, I start seeing that, okay, oh, you know, I got like 2 packs now instead of just a belly, you know.
Okay.
Got 2 packs, you know. Oh, the love handles has reduced slightly, the cinnamon rolls and all that.
I agree.
And then obviously the week after that, you know, I'll see that, okay, I've lost 10 kg. Okay. Week after that, I've lost 5 kg, and then so. Okay. Yeah, that's how it goes, yeah.
That's good, man. Yeah, I do agree with you on that perspective, really, because a lot of people would struggle. With keeping consistency when it comes to achieving these long-term goals. You know, the truth of it is that something like changing your body or your physique, you know, going through rigorous training is going to take a while. That's why it's training. You can't do training in a day and then become a master. You have to work towards it. And for those that do struggle with focusing on the long-term goals, it's better to break it down. I'd say break it down as you just explained. Let me see how I look on Sunday, starting from this Sunday going to the next Sunday. Or if you want to try something shorter, give yourself to the midweek. It may not be the same for everybody, but truthfully, everyone's going to have their own unique way of combating a system, of going at a certain routine. So I definitely agree. Now, I want to ask UK as well, because in everything, you have to be consistent, be it your streaming, be it your work life. When you're getting up to go to work, you have to consistently get up at the right time to prepare yourself and head down to work. But I want to know, from your perspective, how has consistency helped you in your life? When you're in uni, it's easy to just get up, go for your classes, come back. Sometimes you may not even go for your classes. But now that the consequences are sharp, quick and sharp, when they, the consequences for that are immediate now.
You'll feel it.
Talk to us.
I think, honestly, when you're in uni, everything seems like a bit further ahead. Like, okay, you graduate in 3 years from now. So
my project's just 2 weeks away,
exactly. Man. You have time. I could get an extension, a 1 month extension. So it's like, it's a lot harder to maintain consistency in uni than whereas opposed to, if you are working a job, if you don't turn up to work, you will lose that job. If you lose that job, you don't have money, you can't pay your rent, you're in trouble. So it's like, for me, when I'm, consistency, when I'm being consistent, it's like, it helps me in the sense of, okay, I have income. I'm able to, pay bills, pay rent, take myself out, treat myself, do things, I don't ask my parents for money when I want to buy a video game. I'll just do it myself because, like, I worked for this. So
independence.
Exactly. I worked for this. So I've bought maybe 10, 15 different stuff relating to games. It's like, I didn't even have to ask my parents. I just did it because it's the hard-earned money, And then in terms of, so it's like every day, Monday to Friday, I'll wake up 7 a.m., get ready to work, do this. There are some days where I just, it's like, it's hard because like waking up early, not per se not wanting to go to work. It's just, I'm not a morning person. Waking up in the morning is tough. But it's like, you have to maintain that consistency of doing this, because if you don't do this, you will lose this and you will feel the consequences immediately. It won't be in the next 6 months. You will feel it immediately. Whereas if you're in uni, say you decided you wanted to go to the gym at the beginning when you first joined. If you didn't go to the gym like you were supposed to, if you didn't maintain that consistency, sure, you will get the consequence. You'll be at the same, basically.
Yeah.
Versus if you had maintained that consistency. Or even with schoolwork. Like, if you don't hand your schoolwork in, you get graded down. You won't feel it now, but you'll feel it at the end of the year when they give you your report card and they're telling you need to do all these resits. Or they just say, look, we're not going to let you go to the next year. Start again next year. That type of thing, So with that being said, for me, it's like, consistency always helps me. It helps me avoid consequences. It helps me improve my life. It gives me access to add on to my life, access to things that I can't do if I didn't maintain the consistency. My performance at work, I'm always judged in the performance, how I perform. You can't just turn up to work and just be like, while away the time, okay, fulfill your 37.5 hours and then call it a night. No, they're going to still ask, what did you do during those 37.5 hours? They're going to judge you each week.
Critically,
You have to be consistent. If you're going up 1 week, then you're abysmal the next, and you keep doing that, they're going to be like, what's going on? Is there a performance improvement plan? How we can put you on to get you consistent? It's key. Funny enough, at my workplace, it's very key.
Wow.
So, with that being said, consistency, honestly, just to answer the long and short of it, consistency allows me to always be a better version of myself. It pushes me forward towards my goals, gives me more financial freedom. And that's just what I'd say about that, really.
That's good, man. That's lovely. From everything I've heard you guys say, even in a workplace for UK, they expect you to be consistent. There's a level of accountability. There's a level of expectations that your workplace, that your manager has for you as an employee. Well, him being the employer and you being the employee.
Yeah.
You come in there and they've hired you because they expect you to get this work done at a certain time and to consistently keep doing that. As a human being, we have ups and downs, but even in the workplace, they need you to be tip top. You know, that's really lovely. I want to add a few words before we close this off. I want to talk a little bit about procrastination, just put a few words in there because those things procrastination really just compromises consistency. And it can be procrastinating for any kind of reason, but I want to point out fear. We talked about fear before and mainly how it leaves you in one place and keeps you stuck in one position. We can all kind of attest to it, but I'll use myself as an example. Done this whole podcast thing different times with different people before now, and at a certain point there was a level of consistency that kept it going, but then along the line I felt discouraged, and that discouragement turned to fear because when I felt as though I was ready to get back on it, I was afraid that I wouldn't be as consistent as I was before. But the truth, my bros, is that how am I going to know what level of consistency I'm going to be at if I don't keep it going, if I don't keep it moving? So at the end of the day, you just sit down watching yourself in the mirror, just there like, well, gonna be consistent soon, so it's gonna happen. No, it's not. You have to actually make these things happen for yourself. Procrastination is a very dangerous thing when it comes to the mental capacity and the mental perspective, because a lot of these things stop a lot of people from being the people that they need to be, being the people that others want us to be. I'd say it's not good to procrastinate, especially when it hinders you from doing the things you've told people that you're going to do. We have a lot of I'm going to do this people and I'm going to do that people, you know, just want to fill your heads up with aspirations that they keep telling themselves. But then the more you procrastinate, you start to even lose faith in yourself. You no longer believe in yourself. And imagine how you'd feel, someone that wants to move into basketball, you also do trading, you also have your own life. Imagine you procrastinate. You're losing at the end. You're losing time, and in losing time, you're losing money. You're losing money. The company's losing money. They can't afford to have that, and then the consequences come. I mean, you know, it's just a cycle. It's a terrible, terrible cycle. But the thing about consistency is that even if those terrible situations come, that consistency is going to help you bounce back.
Yeah,
because everything you've done before is a testament to what you can then do in the future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's lovely. We need to drop procrastination. We need to drop it completely. It's not easy, but one way to work on that is improving your faith. We had our last episode with Jace, and you know, we were talking about putting your faith in yourself, if not putting it, you know, opposed to putting it in those spiritual things like, you know, the evil eye and things like that. No, I just have to say it plainly. Because I came out to say it would be better to put your faith in yourself if you don't want to believe in a higher power. One, I'll correct myself with that higher power thing, just so that I'm a lot clearer for the audience. I will always speak mainly on God the Father, Jesus Christ, as my salvation, as my peace, as my form of seeking consistency. Because when you start to procrastinate, you start to feel less of yourself. You start to question yourself, you know, and your faith in God, my faith in God helps me to remind myself of who I am. You know, at the end of the day, we are all human beings. We are all people. But if I choose to sit and look at just the negative, I'm a sinner. But I am a sinner that can be redeemed. And it's through that grace that I am redeemed through Christ. And you have an opportunity to go back again. We've all played video games where they say, oh, do you want to retry?
Yeah.
And then you have a character bring you back to life, and then you get up and you go again.
Yeah.
You say, no, the game's over. The game's going to end there, and you're brought back to the home screen. But we do not have that privilege. As human beings, we need to keep pushing. We need to fight for this life that we're living. And consistency makes us stronger. Consistency makes us stronger. I'll leave a Bible verse for you guys. My favorite Bible verse as well, Philippians 4 verse 13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I've loved that verse since I was a kid. even like when I heard that Steph Curry was writing that stuff on his shoes, made me more of a fan.
Yeah.
But
He's not the GOAT, bro. Okay.
hey, Glazer. But you realize that even Curry needed consistency for him to believe in himself and to believe in the God-given talents that he had. And it goes for every other player in the league.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it goes for every other player in the league. But there you have it, my people. Consistency is key. My mom's going to love that one. But consistency is key, people. Take care of yourselves and always remember that there is a new height that you can reach. What's that stuff they say? What's that? Aim for the stars, shoot for the moon. Something about the clouds.
Shoot for stars, aim for the moon.
Yeah.
Shoot for the stars.
Shoot for the stars and aim for the moon. You can only get there consistently. I mean, yeah, it's the truth, you know.
Be consistent in your craft, guys. Whatever it is you're doing, put your best foot forward. Give it your best. I know it's just be consistent. Keep going at it.
Exactly. Chidi, my bro, thank you very much for being on the podcast. We really appreciate you
having me.
Lovely, man. We really appreciate you coming on and spending this time with us. Hopefully we'll get you on for future episodes and you continue to pour in some insight. But is there anything you want to leave for the audience? Anything you want to leave for us?
Any last words?
Last words?
Maybe not last words, man.
Yeah, no last words, but like this is your episode after all.
Just know if you feel like you're going through a tough or a shit time, just know somebody's always going through more worse than you.
True.
You know, appreciate what you have, learn to deal with it, and then how you can grow from it and become a better person.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, people. This is Lion in the Room. This has been Lion in the Room, episode 19. What's that little thing that they did? You guys have watched Madagascar. Then you know, like Alex the Lion.
I have watched it. It was a long time ago. I'm not gonna mess it.
Anyway,
wow.
Right. Hey man, Lion in the Room, people. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you enjoy our videos, please leave us a like, share it. Let's get this podcast to more people. We just want people to understand their worth and remember that there is still time to make the best out of your life because you're special. You're great. Special to me too. Take care, people. God bless you. Peace.
Aim for the moon and you'll land in the stars.
Yeah, well, you should have said that sooner, nigga.
I wanted to, but I don't want to come out in the podcast.
Yeah, you're gonna be here now.